our first video, we saw possible common blockchain attacks that can be carried out on blockchain network. However, if you haven't seen that video, I would recommend you to watch and comprehend concept of blockchain attack fully. Hello, my name is Zohaib and I have been associated with cryptocurrency from last 6 years. In this video, I am going to talk about types of double spending, 51% attacks, and some other types of attacks. So let's start the video. A race attack, also known as finishing attack, is a type of attack on a blockchain network in which an attacker attempts to manipulate the ordering of transactions by submitting multiple conflicting transactions simultaneously. The goal of the attacker is to have the first of these transactions to be confirmed by the network while the others are rejected. This can allow the attacker to double spend funds or perform other malicious activities. In a race attack, the attacker creates two conflicting transactions, one of which is valid and the other is invalid. The attacker then simultaneously submits both transactions to the network in attempt to trick the network by confirming the invalid transaction. This can be accomplished by exploiting the delay in the time it takes for the transaction to be broadcast to the network and confirmed by the nodes. Finny attack. A Finny attack is a type of attack on blockchain network in which an attacker manipulates the network by using his own mining power to confirm his own transaction. In a Finny attack, the attacker first mines a block on the blockchain, but instead of broadcasting it to the network, he keeps it private. He then uses this block to confirm a transaction that he has created, such as double spending a cryptocurrency. The attacker then releases the mined block to the network, making the double spend transaction appear legitimate. Finny attacks are a type of 51% attacks in which an attacker has control over more than half of the mining power of the blockchain network. This gives the attacker the ability to confirm their own transactions as well as to reject or modify the transactions of other users. Next we have cyber attack. A cyber attack is a type of security attack on a decentralized network in which an attacker creates multiple fake identities or cyber nodes in order to manipulate the network or disrupt its normal functioning. The attacker can use these fake identities to conduct malicious activities such as spamming the network, creating false information, or disrupting communication between legitimate nodes. In a cyber attack, the attackers try to gain control over a large portion of the network by creating many fake identities, making it difficult for other users to distinguish between legitimate and fake nodes. This can result in a variety of security and privacy issues, including censorship and data tampering. Cyber attacks are a major concern in decentralized networks, particularly in peer-to-peer networks, and various techniques have been developed to detect and prevent them. These techniques typically involve using cryptographic method to establish the identity of nodes in the network and limit the number of identities that a single attacker can create. Let's moving on to the eclipse attack. An eclipse attack is a type of attack on a blockchain network in which an attacker isolates a node from the rest of the network by manipulating the network's routing information. The goal of the attacker is to control the information that the isolated node receives and to manipulate the node into accepting false information, such as false transactions. In an eclipse attack, the attacker creates multiple fake nodes that surrounds the target node and manipulate the network routing information to direct all of the target node's incoming and outgoing communication through the fake nodes. This allows the attacker to control the information that the target node receives and to manipulate the node into accepting false transactions or blocks. Let's get into the phishing attacks. Phishing attacks can target individuals who use or hold cryptocurrencies by sending them fake emails or messages that appears to be from legitimate exchanges or wallet providers. These messages often ask the recipient to enter their private information such as login details or seed phrases on a fake website that looks identical to the legitimate one. Phishing attacks focuses on tricking users into giving up sensitive information through emails, messages, or fake websites. Man in the middle attack. A man in the middle attack occurs when a malicious third party intercepts and modifies the communication between two parties in a transaction. The attacker essentially sits in the middle of the communication and is able to read, modify, or inject malicious data into the communication. Next, we see what is DOS attack. DOS attack is a denial of service attack, is a type of cyber attack in which an attacker seeks to make a computer resource such as a website or network unavailable to its intended user. The attacker does this by overwhelming the target system with a high volume of traffic, causing it to become unavailable or slow down to the point of being effectively unavailable. Typo squatting attack. Typo squatting involved making bogus website to collect users' data and use it wrongfully to access personal information or account is known as typo squatting. Blockchain-based assaults trap people into visiting a website that looks like a cryptocurrency exchange. Typo squatting focuses on tricking users into visiting a malicious website through URL manipulation. Routing attack. A routing attack in blockchain refers to a malicious attempt to manipulate the routing of data in a blockchain network with the goal of disrupting the normal functioning of the network, compromising sensitive information, or altering the order of transactions. This can be achieved through various techniques such as impersonating nodes, modifying routing tables, or disrupting communication channels between the legitimate nodes. Routing attacks can have significant consequences on the security and integrity of the blockchain system, and it is important to have robust countermeasures in place to prevent such attacks. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Peace.